That's D.
My grandson Keelan is 11 years old. He's a very loving, affectionate little boy. Loves to play with action figures and iPads and, you know, swim. He's autistic, so he has his own uniqueness about him, and because of his disability, but great kid. For all he's been through, he's a really good boy. Ding. I get sad and I get happy when I see him all kind of at the same time. He looks a lot like my son. A lot of his mannerisms are like my son, but, you know, but that is what my son left me. That was my gift from my son when he left. Sadly enough, he lost both of his parents, and his mother did not pass from it, but she's also affected by addiction, and she really doesn't have a large part in Keelan's life. So he really has lost both his parents. He's been deprived of that childhood, you know, love and sharing that you share with only a parent, and that bond. So in that way, it's sad for him. In the other sense, he has us, my husband and I and my daughter and my mother, who all care for him and love him and try to fill that void. He was introduced to oxys at a party, and he loved the way they made him feel. He told me that at one time when first it was just a recreational thing, but after a while, those pills kind of took the edge away from things. It kind of made him escape from the burdens of raising a family. He was going to school to become an electrician. So I think all that became way too much, and those pills kind of just made that all go away. And eventually, couldn't afford those, so got introduced to heroin. And that was game over. It's very hard some days. When Bob passed, I had Keelan, and I don't think if I wouldn't have had Keelan, I would have been able to deal with my losses the way I did, because he gave me that purpose to get up every day. I had to keep moving forward. I had to keep going, because it wasn't just about my pain, it was taking care of my grandson, who was part of my son, so I had to keep doing.
F. Where's Falcon? There he is. He fights fast and fierce. And G, who is that?
We talk about his daddy a lot. We blow kisses to heaven and different things that we do. We remind him about his daddy, and your daddy like this, or your daddy did that, pictures around to talk about, you know, special occasions, especially Father's Day. We always have a balloon that we buy him, and he writes his name on it, and we talk about it, and then we let him take it outside, and we film him, and he lets it go. And we've been doing that since Bob passed. Well, his birthday, he got a balloon, and I was standing in the kitchen, and all of a sudden he grabbed it, and he ran out the door, and I went running out. I'm like, don't let it go, don't let it go. You're going to lose your balloon, you're going to lose your balloon. And he ran down to the spot where we always stand in the yard to let the balloon go, and he let it go, and I'm like, oh, your balloon, and he turned around and he made the sign, Daddy. So, he knew he wanted to send that balloon to his daddy.
I meet a lot of kids who are being raised by their grandparents or another, even an older sibling or another family member, and I think if that family member is loving, caring, is able to give them the things that they need, they will come out okay. I think that kids still, you know, we're kind of hardwired to want to know what happened to our parents, to want to know that they loved us and they wanted us to be in the world and do well. So I think there's probably always a little bit of a hole there, but a good loving family and environment does a lot to help a kid grow and be happy.
Because Keelan's autistic and nonverbal, it's hard for us to know exactly what his inner feelings are. But I know he missed his daddy. We tried to fill those voids and make those adjustments, but I know it was an adjustment for him, you know, living without his dad.
D for Daddy. That's very good, buddy. Very good. Can you tell Daddy you love him? Can you tell Daddy I love you? Tell Daddy I love you. I love you. I love you. Daddy. Can you blow him a kiss? Can you blow him a kiss? There you go. Good job. I love you too. Daddy loves you. He misses you.
The future scares me. It really, truly does. Him being special needs, I worry because I'm older. My husband's older. I know my daughter will step in and help with him, but where's he going to be? Where's he going to end up? What's going to happen to him when I'm gone? I just want him to be happy. I want him to always remember his daddy. I want him to live the fullest and best life he can. And as long as I'm able to do that for him, that's what I'm going to do.